Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you this morning? I have a very exciting show for you today. Or not. We'll just have to see. Who knows? Who knows? I think that's one of the more fascinating things about this is I have no idea what's going on from day to day. I don't know if we're going to have a good show, a bad show. All I know is that I'd better get things in order here or we're going to have some problems. So I need to fix this one thing here. Okay. I did that. Okay. All right. Good. So I'm going there. How are you this morning? We should always ask. We know there's no one here besides me, and it's sad. And there's a delay. And so now I have at least one viewer. Let's say Tuesday. It says on my sheet that this is the 30th consecutive live stream. 30 live streams in a row. And how many people have been in my chat in those 30 consecutive? That's 30 hours. Zero people have been in the chat. How many people have watched my stuff? Less than 100. Does that give you any reason to go forward on this endeavor? Sure. Why not? I kind of like it. That's all there is to it. It's very strange to me. I just feel like it's something I should be doing. So yesterday, not the greatest of days. In the sense that business wise, I needed a day off. And I did the live stream and then I shut it down. And I guess I should be thankful that I had the ability to shut things down for a day. But it's really funny when you do shut it down, you realize how little impact one day is. I mean, for my podcast, did anybody stop watching the podcast or stop listening to the podcast because no one, did anybody stop, did anybody go to Twitter more because I wasn't there yesterday? No. Did any of my posts gain any traction yesterday? That didn't happen? No. So, were any of my buyers hurt by not being available on Monday? No. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. The cumulative effect of doing work in this field is so important, but boy, on a day-to-day basis, it's like you don't have to do anything. And then you wonder why you don't have any clients. Now, after this weekend, I'm pretty much, if you're a buyer, we've just reached stupid point in the process. I mean, that's all I can say. I'm gonna go show houses this weekend. We're gonna write offers, and my buyers are gonna say, "Well, how much is this gonna go for?" I have no idea. We were what, $80,000 off on a house this weekend, and there's no comps that ever showed that. Even in the entire area, there were no comps that showed that. I saw a spot on Twitter yesterday. A guy was talking about a very specific part of town, and he said that houses were selling for 18% over asking. Like as if that's the right number. So if I put an offer in for 18% over asking, I'm going to get it? No. Is that the starting point? Maybe. I don't know. But if you start writing offers 18% over asking, okay, I mean, why not just move the asking price up? And that's this game that I don't understand right now. And I'm speaking as a buyer's agent. I mean, if you think you can get X, Y, and Z for a house, then do it, right? I mean, we talked about the house that was what ended up going 70. It was $20,000 over anything else anybody had ever gotten in the neighborhood. That was their asking price. It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. If somebody said, John, should I buy a house in this market? I'd say, no, it's stupid. They say, well, what if houses get more expensive? Then they get more expensive. At some point, there has to be a relationship between a person's income and a person's expenses. And if we're all making, 6 figures, okay, to be able to buy these houses, I mean, we're not talking about mansions here. We're talking about houses that were, normal people. And they're going for prices like mansions did almost 3 years ago. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. This is going to cause long-term damage to the real estate market. I mean, there's no question at this point. I'm 100% positive that we are shooting ourselves in the foot so bad right now, and that there will be a comeuppance. And I don't know how it's going to show up, and I don't know how it's going to manifest itself. But boy, when it comes, it's going to be bad. And I'm not saying run. If you own a home, you're fine. Your neighbor might be an institutional investor. Maybe 2 or 3 of your neighbors might be institutional investors. What happens when the corporations own so many houses in an HOA that they can effectively vote any changes away? What happens when they say, well, you know what, we're going to negotiate trash service of our houses on our own. We're not going to be part of this. Like, what happens when that goes on? You may say, well, nothing, because I hate my HOA. Well, okay. What happens when the institutional investors own so many houses in a particular community that they can change municipal policy to benefit them? What are we going to do then? Nothing? Like what we always do? So this is going to be a problem. People that are saying this is the most wonderful market in the world for sellers, they're right. It's great. Maybe once in a lifetime. If you're a buyer, this is the worst market ever. Dumbest time to ever buy a house. Don't do it. You may say, well, John, how can you be showing buyers houses right now if you think the market's stupid? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? My job is literally to help buyers and sellers either find homes or sell homes. So I can't help it that the market is stupid. Like, I didn't make the market. Believe me, my transaction level is not to where I can even influence anything. Seriously, it's bad. So that's where I'm at. I'm miserable. I hate writing offers for $70,000 over asking. I was only $50,000 over asking and didn't get the house. I think that's stupid. I mean, absolutely idiotic. Okay, I don't feel comfortable with it. How is my business being reflected by the fact I'm not comfortable writing? Or have people left me? Have my buyers left me because I didn't write an offer $50,000 more than that? No, but it's obscene. And you say, well, on a $600,000 house, $50,000 isn't too bad. $70,000. Yeah. But what about when it's on a $200,000 house? That's stupid. I don't know. And then, like, you get these national talking heads, which is what I love to do, is go on and get all this stuff. I love when people say, well, it's just a demand problem, or I'm sorry, it's just a supply problem. If we had only built more houses for the past 10 years, this wouldn't be an issue. That's not true. I'd love to see the population numbers in the United States. I'd love to see where these people are coming from that are buying these homes. I'm serious. Between population growth, between institutional purchases by large multinational Wall Street-backed firms, I'd like to see what's going on. I'd like to see that, because this is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. And it's going to cause a problem. And here's where I'm at, okay? If you're me, you're sitting here and you're watching the market just on fire, and you're helping buyers the best you can and getting nowhere, okay? And down the road, if the market like freezes, you're not making it. You, as a real estate agent, you're making any money. You're not making any money then. So then so now I'm going to have to go on like a 2 to 3 year, like wait before some income comes. That's kind of hard to do. So this is a disaster, and no one seems to notice it. We seem to think, oh, everybody bought a house. Isn't that wonderful? So-and-so bought. Every day I go to dinner. Oh, somebody bought a house. Oh, great. Somebody bought a house. Oh, great. They really got a deal. It's so bad. It's so bad. I've actually, I'll tell you first, I want to diversify out of this. I don't want to be, I see what's going on here, and I don't want to be a part of it. I mean, do I want to be real? Yeah, absolutely. I love the business, but right now it's not the right time. It's not the right time. It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. And, I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to be a part of it. You tell me, what's the point? What's the point of driving around all week, every weekend? Let's just go over, from a real perspective. You're a buyer's agent. You never get to show a house during the day. That never happens unless it's a Saturday or Sunday. Okay. So every, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, those days are all booked. Okay. And then they're booked. So you're driving people around. What, $4 a gallon gasoline right now? You're not even driving around. We're both going because you're going in different cars, but you're going out, like I'm driving out 30 miles from my house to show houses. Okay. My buyer finds a house that they like. Okay. Does that mean we can get it? No, I spent another hour writing the contract, talking to the people, trying to figure out, what we can do. Okay. Write an offer. Monday morning comes, nothing. Start the process all over again. Who does this? Name one business where you go and you work and you work and you work and you work for days and months, and through no fault of your own, you don't get paid. It's ridiculous. And you say, well, if you had salaries and real estate agents, it would be much better. No. This is the business. It's stupid. It's stupid. Now, there will be people that do a lot more business than I do, and they will say, well, the market's fantastic. We did a fantastic job because they have listings. You have a listing right now. You look like you're wonderful. Look at me. I sold the last time I had a listing, I sold it for like $35,000, $40,000 over asking. It wasn't me. It was literally the market and how screwed up it is. You say, well, then we shouldn't pay you. We shouldn't pay you to list our house if it's not you, if it's just the market. Well, who do you think brings the buyers to the house? Other agents. You're all in this together. You're all in this together. And it's gross. I would not want to, why would you want to be a buyer's agent right now? Seriously, like say you're 18 and someone says, hey, you know what? You don't need to go to college. You need to go and become a real estate agent. There's all kinds of money as a real estate agent. You should go there. Don't bother with school. Just go be a real estate agent. Go be a buyer's agent right now. It'll be wonderful. Yes, do it. See what it's like. 6,000 new agents last year, probably 6,000 new agents this year, all chasing this mystical horse of money that doesn't exist. It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. So, and you say, well, John, you're in the business. What do you complain about? I got in the business like before 2007. I've been in this business for a long time. That's the other funny thing about it. You watch people that have jobs and they get a raise, and they get they'll have things will go good for them for a long time, and then you have like a salaried salesperson like myself. No, you don't get a raise. You know how you get a raise? Sell more houses. Get more houses under contract. It's just stupid. The whole thing is just dumb. Now, I've said my piece. If somebody came to me, like I want to be very clear. If someone came to me and said, John, I want to list my house. Okay. The market's great right now. I don't know how long it's going to last, but let's do it. Okay. If someone need me to help them buy a house, would I do it right now? Yes. But I just want you to understand how dumb the market is. And then it's a question of how can we work on my big problem is how do we beat other offers and not have to be over the appraisal, because the appraisal is going to kick our behind if we don't have enough cash to cover the gap. That's the answer I don't have. Anyway, so what did I do yesterday? I just sat there and tried to figure things out. Not really what did I do wrong type thing, but like, what am I supposed to do in this market? And you could say, well, John, just offer more money for the houses. It's that simple. My buyers don't have more money. And you say, well, they should wait. Well, some of these buyers have been waiting for years. And they say, well, you don't have good buyers. It's like, come on, guys. Don't you see what's going on here? Don't you see it? I do. It's bad. It's bad. Is it going to get better? I don't know. I'm concerned. I'm concerned about a lot of things. But maybe that's just how I live. So I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. But it's rough. So I'm thinking about, I just wanted to go, let's just change subjects. I'm thinking about changing my live streaming software to StreamYard. I'm thinking about a lot of things, how to improve my YouTube presence, because I feel like I'm bringing something good to the table. It's just not getting where it needs to go. I'm not quite sure. You say, well, you need better thumbnails and you need better titles. And it's like, I just got some pretty wild titles and I got nothing. I don't know. Not a whole lot of success is what I would say right now. Not a whole lot of success. I am going to write down something because it's a question I have with StreamYard. Like, I have different channels. My question there would be, look, can I have on StreamYard, can I have multiple channels? One of the things I've noticed about the thought about YouTube and doing well is that it's like you have to produce content all the time, right? And so sometimes we can get caught up in this idea, well, let's not worry about creating content. Let's just let's just learn about everything. And I think that's a mistake. And so I've been trying to not have that happen for me. I've been trying to put out content on a pretty regular basis. I'm just checking something. I mean, I had like 13 I had like 13 views on one of my things yesterday, and it's like, that's not, or 13 impressions. I mean, that's not enough to get anywhere. I'm just checking to make sure everything's golden. It is. Let's go right here. Let's see how it's looking. Oh, it changed. It's interesting. It's weird. I'm looking at myself from like a minute behind. Oh, okay. Interesting. I'll have to look that up. Okay. All right. Oh, here we go. Well, that was a dump. See, I see stuff on, like, today's Tuesday, so a lot of stuff is coming through. And it's a dump. Like, literally a dump. And it goes under contract, right away. I don't know if I can change what they're asking me to change during a live stream. I'm just checking. See, yeah, it requires a restart, and I'm at 48, and I'm supposed to be at 128, but I can't go any higher. So let's check here. Yeah, I can't change this stuff during the live stream. Oh well. Okay. Well, let's get out of there. So anyway, let's get into some articles. Let's just get going. Let's see what's up. So anyway, here we go. We've got this like this. Let's go over here. This is the article at Google search trends. I didn't see anything that I really wanted to talk about on the main page. So we'll talk about this. It's got Nick Lachey getting violent after tense altercation with paparazzi. Now, do you know who Nick Lachey is? He's in a band. I think it was 98 Degrees. He's in a boy band. And he's like, his brother was in the band, but I don't know what happened to him. And anyway, it says Nick Lachey admitted that he overreacted after paparazzi tried to capture his March 27th date night with his wife. Their antics are sadly part of the deal. And it says, Nick Lachey knows this isn't his finest moment. Now, this is a guy that was married to Jessica Simpson, and they had a reality show together. So, I mean, it's kind of like, he's like like a fame whore is what I would say. On March 28th, TMZ posted a video of the 98 Degrees singer. So I don't know. They still, they're still around, really? An intense altercation with a photographer. In the footage, Lachey appears to reach inside a photographer's car and try to snatch a phone from her hands. Then the Love is Blind co-host was seen flipping off members of the paparazzi as he walked to a Beverly Hills hotel with his wife and another female friend. That's nice. Hours after the video was released, Lachey admitted that he overreacted. Last night, after enjoying a great dinner with my wife and our dear friend, you should have put the restaurant's name there so that they would get some hype for it. The paparazzi harassed us as we walked back to our hotel. I clearly overreacted. I've been in this game long enough to know that their antics are sadly part of the deal. Stupid of me, done. He went on to warn his followers that everything you read isn't an accurate description of what actually happened. For TMZ or anyone else to say that I was violent or I got physical with someone is reckless and absolutely false. Once again, TMZ likes to create their own clickbait narrative. Life's too short. We move on. E-News has reached out to Lachey's team for comment, hasn't heard back. The incident came on the night of the 2022 Oscars where Will Smith slapped Chris Rock live on stage after the comedian made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith. While Hollywood continues to sound off on the shocking moment, Nick and Vanessa Lachey stayed away from the Dolby Theater by having a nice dinner at Mastro's in Beverly Hills. Now, there you go. Oh, now we got the name in there. I like it. It says they stayed away from the Dolby Theater. It's like were they invited? At the same time, Vanessa Lachey appeared to be rooting for a special movie during the night. In an Instagram stories post, the Ultimatum co-host started singing We Don't Talk About Bruno from Disney's Encanto. You know, it's like no one, and I'm not jealous or anything. I just think it's funny. No one's like, I went out to lunch with my wife yesterday. There were no paparazzi. Okay. I didn't need to steal a camera from a woman. Like, you know, it's like these people are living in a world that's not mine. Like, I don't even understand this. Can you imagine? Stop filming me. Stop harassing me. And what I love about, let's talk about this. What I love about this is my wife is from the former Yugoslavia. And they have this show over there. It's like Paparazzo Love. And it's odd because it seems like the paparazzi always seem to know where and when people are going places. Like ahead of time, almost like they've been tipped off, which like it's obvious over there. Whereas here it's not as obvious. But anyway, this one time, this lady, Rada Milovic, she's a singer, attractive woman. She needed to get her car washed. Yes. The paparazzi managed to find her getting out of her house at the exact correct time, getting into her car. Or Troy, it was like an SUV or something. They have very small cars over there. And anyway, so then she's driving and then she goes to wash her car. Now she goes to wash her car in, 6-inch high heels, stiletto heels with tight leather pants and a half shirt, crop top. Cause that's good car washing clothing. Okay. And no one says, for me, I just watch it and it just seems obvious to me that this is all staged. But over here in the United States, we act like it isn't. Like no one gets a tip that someone's going to show up somewhere. And it's just bizarre. It's bizarre. Like a couple days ago, the Hayden Pantier's boyfriend or whatever, he was almost I don't know if he was in a fight. It's like, it's such a weird dynamic when the things that make the news aren't the good things. And I do it on my channel too. Like if there's a good story about a real estate agent, not interesting. Not interesting. If there's a story about a bad real estate agent, I'll cover it because I think that's funny. How could you be such a bad real estate agent? What did you do wrong? What are you telling the people? But, I've noticed there's not a lot of bad real estate agent stories for whatever reason. I think it's because when you do figure out you've been taken by a real estate agent, you don't really want to say anything because it's embarrassing. Like, how could you have been so dumb? And that's why I think you don't see it very often. So I don't know. I still need to get my confidence back before this weekend. Because right now I'm hurting. I don't see a future in this setup here where I just go around and I drive and that's the day. But whatever. Let's go to another one. I got a text there. I got to follow that, but I'm not going. Why would you ever have? Why would you ever have? Okay. Anyway, let me get back here. I got taken off. So let's look at some homes. We haven't looked at homes. Yesterday's live stream was just so jam-packed with news we didn't really get a chance to do our normal show. So let's do it now. Let's go look at homes in Napa, California. Shall we? I think we shall. Sorry, I had to make a transition. Here we go. Okay. Let's look at the first $18 million, 5 bedrooms, 4.5 baths, 11,000 square feet on a 43-acre lot. That seems like something we should enjoy. 31 days on the market, 3-car garage built in 1984. Property details, not too bad. This magnificent vineyard estate, prominently sited on 43.78 private acres, enjoys an exclusive Napa Valley venue with spectacular 360-degree mountain, vineyard, and valley views. Located on the western slopes of the Vaca Range, the property's income-producing 15-acre Boudreaux. Oh God, not right now, guys. I'm reading. Benefits from well-drained soils and full sun exposure, complemented by cool afternoon mountain breezes. The 5-bedroom contemporary residence features large-scale public rooms. Well, that's weird. With walls of glass that showcase the home's dramatic vistas from sunrise to sunset. The interiors include a spacious living room with a view bar, a media room, newly remodeled kitchen with adjacent family room, a formal dining room that seats 16 dinner guests, luxurious master suite, office, recreation room, wine cellar, gym, and a 3-car garage. Outdoors, the property enjoys a newly refurbished tennis court and adjacent lawn, and an expansive west-facing view terrace, built-in barbecue, pool, and spa. That sounds nice. What about the history? It's been listed since 2020. So for 2 years, they've not changed the price. 50 pictures. I mean, there you go. That's beautiful, right? It's a beautiful house, built in the 80s. I mean, there's the remodeled kitchen. I like this this island. I mean, it's just gorgeous, right? Do we really? I mean, what else can you say? It's $18 million. Now, would one of those companies like Picasa or whatever buy it and rent it out to 8 different people or sell it to 8 different people, fractional ownership? Probably. But my understanding is that they're looking more for like, like houses they can kind of fix up a little bit. This looks like it's already fixed. Not as a criticism, but why no solar at this house? $18 million home, you'd think you could defray the cost of something. It seems like there's very few trees. It seems like you're kind of in a spot where that would make a lot of sense, but we don't see that here. I don't know why. 15.7, 3 beds, 3.5 baths, 5,000 square feet on a 21-acre lot. 72 pictures is too many pictures for me. Property details, nice, but I'm not interested in reading the whole thing. Listed in 2021 for 16.9, they've come down to 15.7. They're coming down by $250,000 increments, and we're into 2022. But let's look. And that's beautiful. That's a nice pool. No one's going to argue that. There's a little pool house. That's cool. A nice entrance, foyer. I mean, like, it's weird though. You come in and it's right here. I mean, it seems like it needs to be out a little bit, but whatever. This was built in 2003. Are you ever surprised by the like new construction you see in luxury homes? I am, because what's got to be happening is they're tearing down perfectly good houses just to build these new houses. And I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying, like, how could the other house have been so bad that you could tear it down at some point? Like 2003 to me wasn't that long ago. This design for me is not where I need to be. It's not. I liked the first house better, and you know that I don't like contemporary homes for the most part. But that was well done. That was better than this. This is not where I want to be. That's the little pool area room. I'm not. This house isn't that interesting to me. Next house, 13.5 million. 5 beds, 5.5 baths on 3,000 square feet on a 61 acre lot. Now, to me, 61 acres in Napa seems to be a good deal. Seems to be something that would be, cool. But as we saw, I thought the 15 acres that are actually being used in the one place probably beat out most of these other places if they're just land without, any use right now. Stunning world-class wine country retreat designed by architect Howard Backen. This residence and guest house features extreme high-quality workmanship, brilliant indoor-outdoor design, soaring high ceilings and semi-enclosed porches, resort-like grounds on 61 acres and an infinity-edge pool, 2 hot tubs, a bocce court, generators, stocked lake, and 11 acres of Cabernet Sauvignon vineyard. A main house of any size can be built subject to approval. I don't know of who. So they have 11 acres of producing. I don't know wineries as far as like how much space you need, but I do know that it helps. Now, in this house, I don't know what happened, but public record says in 2015 it was sold for 11 million. And in 2022, it's being listed for 13.5 million. So only $2 million of appreciation over a significant time frame. It's kind of interesting. Excuse me. That's cool, like an outdoor shower. Only 16 pictures. We can get through this pretty quick. Yeah, so that was that. I don't know. What do you think? I remember showing this house, and it's on 2 acres. It's just a house. It's not a vineyard, and not every house has to be a vineyard or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know. Would I like to drive through Napa? I don't know if they let me. I don't know if they'd let me. All right, let's go on to articles. That's why you came. Maybe. I don't know. Interesting. Here we go. The hottest U.S. real estate market just hit a new record high price. Prepare to be shocked. I'm not really shocked. Now, this was on the 10th. So let's, it's still hot. Don't get me wrong, but here we go. Just when you'd swear the real estate market couldn't get any crazier, February's hottest housing markets broke a new record right where it's bound to hurt home buyers the most. Priced. Well, how else would you hurt a home buyer? Do you know where it's going to hurt home sellers the most? Price. The median list price for the United States' 20 hottest markets in February has spiraled to a new high of $562,000 based on analysis by Realtor.com. That's 43% more on average than the national median list price of $392,000, which hit its own record high in February as well. The hottest market of all, measured by unique views per listing and how many days the listing remains active on Realtor.com before being snapped up, remains Manchester, New Hampshire. The former Milltown has topped the list of America's hottest markets 10 times in the past year. This is likely due to its relatively affordable median list price of $439,000, combined with its commuting proximity to the Boston metro area, where homes averaged a whopping $725,000 in January. The highest priced market on February's hot list, Santa Maria, California, where the median list price of metro area homes hovers at $1.625 million, highlighting how hotness and affordability rarely go hand in hand. The main culprit for these record-setting prices is a housing shortage of almost 5.8 million new single-family homes. Simply put, there aren't enough properties to satisfy home buyer demand. The shortage of inventory has led to a fast pace of sales, with buyers snapping up properties as soon as they hit the market. Moreover, the surge in mortgage rates in the first 6 weeks of the year further prompted buyers to find home before rates move even higher. These factors have pushed median prices to record highs, not only in the hottest markets, but across the entire country. The record-breaking list prices in February's hottest markets were primarily driven by the winter season, with buyers looking to warmer and higher-priced western metros. So while 2021 saw buyers spread out across the country looking for a better deal, California is roaring back in 2022. The Golden State now boasts 5 of the top 20 hottest markets. In addition to Santa Maria, the metros of Santa Cruz, Salinas, Valle, you know what it is, and Santa Maria all made the list. California buyers have made it known that they are ready to play the game of real estate despite rising costs, even though they are over the national median. While some have opted for more desirable price points in other states, there's still a large number that love the weather and all that California has to offer. They aren't going anywhere. They are paying whatever it takes to have their dream home, over national median or not. I'll tell you what. My dream home is not this situation. Period. It's not. It's not. It says, but all hope is not lost for home buyers looking for a house that won't bust their bottom line. Indeed, 7 of February's 20 hottest markets saw median listing price below the national median. Let me get a drink. By the way, it sounds like a third grader wrote this. Home shoppers willing to forego sunny climes for more affordable and colder Midwestern and Northeastern markets can still score cheaper properties. And then this, it says, in addition to Manchester, buyers may have good luck in America's 4th hottest metro, Springfield, Massachusetts, where home prices average a mere $317,000, or they could pay a median of $337,500 to settle in the metro of Columbia, Missouri. You're going to the metro. Do you know that Columbia is basically Mizzou, basically our largest university, land grant university in St. Louis or in Missouri? That the reason why those prices are high are because of Mizzou, which is sad and tells you exactly what's wrong with education in the United States. Everyone's getting rich but the students. Everyone's getting rich but the students. And here's more good news. With the COVID-19 pandemic receding in many areas of the United States, signs suggest that more home sellers will enter the market with homes this spring, probably closer to a trickle in a flood, driving down prices. Why do you think that? Why would somebody put their house on the market now when the market is starting to turn, maybe, versus like a year ago? Doesn't make any sense. Why would you move to Columbia, Missouri? Seriously. That's just, no offense to them, but they've clearly not. And no offense to Columbia. Please understand it. I'm just saying, what is it the metro of? First of all, like they're making the argument that Manchester is a suburb of Boston. Basically, that's what they're saying. Like Fort Collins, though, there's no way. That is a beautiful place. Okay, been there, love it. There's like this horseshoe conservation park or something right there. Ugh. And the drives, beautiful. It's not a metro of anything. Not a metro of anything. So I don't know. Whatever. I disagree with the article. I disagree with the article. What are we going to do next? What's the next article? I might cut it short today. Doing one other article and then I'm done. I thought this was interesting. Because, when you talk about your dream home, is it a townhome? Is it really? See, my dream home is a single family home. And I could be in a neighborhood, but it's not in the neighborhood that I'm in as far as like just house after house after house, driving past house after house after house. It's just getting to be too crowded. I hate to say it, but anyway, it says rising costs are making townhomes more attractive. Let me just check and make sure nobody's in the chat. Okay, good. I was worried because I'd like to be able to talk to people if they're there. Rising costs are making townhomes more attractive, not just for builders, but for buyers as well. Townhome construction has grown over the last year, making up nearly 13% of all single family starts. Let's just make sure that that's going like that. Then this is an increase of 38% in 1 year. Robert Dietz, chief economist of the National Association of Home Builders, is bullish on townhome growth, believing they could comprise more than 15% of all single-family home starts over the coming years. That would put townhome construction at a record high. Many builders are turning to this product as the price point for sale is lower and allows them to build more units. Profit on the project increases with increased density. Another building perk of townhomes is they can be constructed and made operational faster than rental housing options. Townhomes also tend to offer buyers a lower cost alternative for housing in the current environment of ever-rising prices. They also may prove an important alternative for baby boomers who may be looking to downsize into a smaller home that is easier to manage. Prices of homes have increased across the board. Townhomes are becoming the starter home in most markets. With inflation and rising costs of homes, all supply of single-family homes has been purchased. It's a seller's market, and developers are rushing to finish projects to meet the high demand for housing. So, I'm going to do that for later. So, to me, this is a problem. And why is it a problem? Because they're saying this is a single-family home. Well, it's kind of... But you've got very dense population, so now you're gonna have people living on top of each other. As our society, to me, seemingly, I'm gonna go to here because I'm just staying. I'm not going any further with articles today. Too many. As our society moves in this direction of non-civility, almost animal behavior, you're gonna put people on top of each other, and you're gonna make them pay a premium for that. And that's going to be a good plan. I don't know what people are thinking here. This isn't great in any stretch of the imagination. Like, I'm trying to come up with ways to sugarcoat it and say it's okay. So let me just try and go through it in my own head with you. Let's say you could buy a house for $300,000, or you could buy a townhouse for $275,000. Let's just say that the square footage was the same and the design was similar. So and the location was also similar. So we're supposed to spend $25,000 less for the ability to live right next to, share a common wall with someone else. And that's a good thing. I mean, I don't know. My vision of the world and the way I see it is in direct conflict with what's going on in America right now. And it's not, I would say, I don't think it's from a political perspective. I think it's more from the life that I remember is gone, and the life that's replaced it is not as interesting and not as enjoyable. I just don't understand. Like, it's okay for a major city to have high densities. To me, it makes perfect sense. Like, if downtown St. Louis really did have high density and everybody wanted to live down there, and we could build all these condos and everything, it would be great, and there would be no crime, and there would be plenty of no homeless, and it would be a wonderful opportunity. You could walk the streets and not have to worry about getting murdered. That would be great. That would be great. If you're someone that's not dependent on like a physical location for your employment, like, are you moving to Chicago or are you moving to Miami? And then you ask yourself, why do people move to Miami instead of Chicago? Well, is it the weather only? Is it the political environment? What is the reason? Is it the criminal element? I don't know. I'm just saying, a lot of times people don't have that luxury. Like, to me, I don't feel like I have the luxury of being able to leave where I work, because this is where I have all my business. And you say, well, right now your business isn't that great. Well, it is pretty good. It's not right. It's the market is, there's no market anywhere else that's better. As a real estate agent, wherever I would go would still be terrible. I mean, the competition is ridiculous. So anyway, it's fascinating to me, building townhomes, and that being celebrated as bringing more units to market it's just missing the mark. And I think part of the reason why major publications don't talk about population growth, don't talk about wage growth, or inflation, or they don't talk about things in a it always has to be in a positive light. So inflation is great because it means the economy is going well. It's great that we're building single family townhomes instead of single family homes. See, it's not great. It's not even good. It's actually not great at all. So it's the whole setup is bizarre. And I'm not one of those people. It's not all coming to an end. We're still going to be alive, most of us, it's just going to be a little more difficult. Food is going to be more expensive. Energy is going to be more expensive. It's going to change the way some of us have to live. If you're making six figures and your job isn't dependent on the economy, so like say you're a government employee, high-ranking government employment, you're fine. What do you care? And in fact, you pretty soon you're going to be able to take advantage of some wonderful deals. And how you got those deals is, pretty terrible. It's because it's going to be people flat out didn't have any money to buy. They couldn't continue. But, hey, that's where we are right now. I've got things coming. I don't know if they'll work any better than my Livestream. Currently, Livestream is not doing well. I'm a little surprised, but it is what it is. You just got to keep at it. So with that, I think I'm going to cut it short. Like I said, the muse, the positivity that I can tend to have is just right now in the market's pretty terrible, and I don't feel like running out the clock. So with that, I'm going to head out. Thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow at 9 a.m. and we'll see what new adventures await us.